Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is going to be part of the Creators Helping Creators series that I'm making, and this one here is going to be related back to this video here, which just finished uploading, which is we need to avoid using clickbait in our videos. Once again, let's go to the return to the editing thing. I want to show you here. YouTube picks out those three possible thumbnails for us. Of course, the first one and the last one. That's the beginning, very beginning and the very end of the video. So the one in the middle is probably the best one to use anyway. And, and so it is. It's actually a still from the video. It's perfectly going to describe things that I'm talking about. So if I want to change it for some reason, I will, go ahead and edit that thumbnail, but I probably won't. It's just a picture from my video. It's perfectly fine for me. The title is not clickbait. The description isn't clickbait, and neither are any, well, except for these two clickbait words, the description isn't trying to game the system at all or anything like that. So I'm avoiding clickbait at all costs. And let's go over here to the channel for a second. This is what prompted that one here, this thumbnail warning update. Now, they've been talking about it for months and months and everything else, but this is why we don't even want to go there in the first place. It's like, we don't want to get into the, the skeevy side of things. We don't want to be a spammer, scammer, dirty, rotten scoundrel. Part of the dirty, rotten scoundrel part is trying to game the system using clickbait. Let's go into the analytics department for a section on reaching viewers. So right up here, I always keep everything the last 28 days unless I tell you different. Let's go into reach viewers, and we're talking about these numbers up here: impressions, impression click-through rate, views, and unique viewers. These all relate down here to this chart as well. That's actually where they funnel in. And the idea is to get more watch time from our impressions. We want a lot of impressions. We want a lot of click-throughs. We want to grab a large number of views from those impressions, and we want to get a lot of watch time and increase our view duration. Now, view duration to me is not going to be useful in this video because I want to talk about something else. Follow me along on this because this one here can get confusing, all right? Again, last 28 days, we are in channel mode, not looking at an individual video. We're looking at the channel mode, and we're going to go into reach viewers, click on impressions, and let's click up here in this white, this white space here. We'll click that. It opens up a new chart in the background. I'm going to get rid of the graph. The graph is useless to me in this discussion. Unique viewers is an important number to know. I'm not going to use it in this particular thing. Watch time is important for consideration because that's what we're talking about. Views, impression, click-through rate, and impression. Let's talk about the impressions briefly. Impressions are how many times your video thumbnails were shown to viewers. It includes only impressions on YouTube, not on external websites or apps. And with that, let me open up a website that I did open up before. Happens to be my own. And we want to see the videos page. Where is that at? There it is, videos. Bing. So let's look at the videos page here, and I want to tell you what they're talking about impressions. Here, obviously, is the YouTube play button. This is a YouTube video. I'm looking at it right here. This is the quote-unquote thumbnail for that particular video. I made it really large. I made it large because I wanted people to play this video right there on my web channel. Actually, this is no longer even a valid video. But it is still on my channel because it has statistics, all right? Down here are two more quote-unquote videos. This one here is a standalone video. This is a video on how to use the playlist, all right? This is the playlist that I'm talking about. So I want people to watch this video so they can learn how to use this tool right here, which is a playlist. If you click on this, it gives you the drop down and shows you all the videos in the playlist, all right? None of these count as an impression for YouTube, all right? And I want to talk about something else on that. Let's go back here to the analytics part of it. We're on YouTube right now, right? So if we're on YouTube, let's go to my channel comments over here. Okay, let's go to, let's go to maybe YouTube's homepage, right? Let's go to YouTube, and it's gonna be the homepage for YouTube, right? Here's a whole bunch of thumbnails, right? If a thumbnail, let's just partially show some down here. All of these videos, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These 12 will count as an impression. They're up there, they're on the screen. I can see 100% of the thumbnail and everything. I see it all. Now these ones down here do not count. Maybe the egg diet. Maybe that's something I see it, it's not showing. I see it and I want to click on it because I just want to know about the egg diet. That would, if I click on it, it would count as an impression and a click-through. But because these are only partially shown, they do not count as an impression, all right? So that's basically my spiel on that. So let me see, we go back once. All right, good. So let's go over here to my channel statistics for a minute. And I want to show you that what I want to look at. There's these numbers are great and everything else, and we need to understand these things, but there's something I want to add to for me for totally understanding things. And now we should all have this thing here. This is something I found out was added. They kind of rolled it out to people, you know, it is seeing how people are using it, if they're using it, why they're using it, and how it is they're putting it to work. This is to add information to columns. Like you see there's this big blank spot over here. We want to add columns to this. We can. We're going to add a metric to the table. I want to go down to overview, and I want to look at the average percentage viewed. The view time isn't as important as the percentage viewed because the percentage is instantaneous. I know if people are meeting my immediate goals, right? For me, my immediate goal is like 50% or better. Now this is on the video as a whole. Let me go to a video here for a second, and I'm gonna see if I can find an individual video set of statistics, all right? So let's go ahead and go into, I don't know, let's just try this one for funsies, right? So we're gonna go into this video, right? So now we're out of the channel view and we're into the video view. We're gonna go into the analytics part of it, and we're gonna open up interest viewers, all right? So this is good. This is a great video. This is done very well. Fantastic. Now look at this blue line up in the graph at first, right? Now this looks like the video isn't doing that great. Well, it's only 3 minutes and 26 seconds long. So it's not as long as other videos. I mean, you know, 2 minutes and 37 or 237 minutes. I don't know, where is it? This gray area is my normal performance, but this video is performing great. But if you look at the first graph, it's not going to indicate that. All right. So here's the bonus information about that. We look down here to audience retention and check this out. A lot of people are hanging out 90%, 80%, all the way through. Overall, 77.8%. This far exceeds my 50% hope on probably any of us. I think this would be the same for any of us, in all honesty. We want people watching more than half of our video, at least, when they measure it across the scale as a whole, all right? The other number that this graph is not showing, let me see if I can see that one there. What was it, the 4K, 1K? I'm explaining the 4K one thing. It doesn't pop up in here right now. It didn't meet all the parameters of these other statistical information points to pop up there. But let's go back to that video for a second. I want all of my videos to be better than 50% when they measure it across the whole. From very beginning to the very end, I want the totality across this, when it's all averaged out, to be better than 50%. There's another number that they don't show us on there, and it's this one over here on the side. You kind of see when I hover over that, you see across there, you see a number. I want to see the very last number, and it's like half a circle. Just above my finger there, it's half a circle, 58.3%. What that means is, of the people who started my video, at the end of the video, when all was said and done, 58.3% of the people who started my video watched 100% of it. That number is 58.3. It's fantastic. I want that number for me on my channel to be better than 25%. So 25% or better makes me happy. 58.3% makes me very, very happy. All right. And this is a fantastic, to me, this is a fantastic performing on a video, and it's got 100% likes. I like that as well. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't like likes? But if you look at the top graph right here, it doesn't give us enough information. Looks like the video is not performing very well, when in reality it's performing fantastically. All right, so let's go back over here to this chart. So this is the number across the top. This number that we're seeing here is this number right here. We don't see this other number, okay? I also suggest highly that you do not go through the paralysis of analysis of trying to find out this number on every single video, all right? You'll drive yourself nuts doing it. Don't do it. Spot check from now and again. Do a spot check on them. Check them to see if you're going along the same route. And that's what this video is really all about. How are we performing? And then also what YouTube really wants us to know, really wants us to understand with the analytics and the tools they're giving us is why is a video performing the way it's performing, all right? So let's go back up into our homepage. Let me get out of this thing here. I'm going to go over to the dashboard. In the dashboard, they popped up a note every now and then, like I'll see a video pops up, maybe this one here, maybe it'll pop up here a little bit later on today. It'll say, hey, how do you feel? Do you understand why your video, why this video up here, they'll pop a note in down here and say, do you understand, or how well do you understand the performance of this particular video? very well, not at all, extremely well, whatever. They'll give us options down there, and they'll thank us for the feedback once we put it in there. What I'm saying here is this video up here, and I'll use this one here as the example. I didn't want to do that. Let's go back to the group, and let's get rid of this thing here because it gets real confusing if you look at the graph, which is not even required for this video. The Zenfone front-facing camera is a problem-solving video. And this is old. They don't make this camera anymore. They haven't made it for a couple of years. It used Android and an older version of Android at that. And this phone, again, I'm surprised so many of them are still out there on the street. But other people, even iPhone users might find this thing. People using other phones with other operating systems might look at this thing and try to see what's going on. And it makes sense, but it's a problem-solving video. But look at these numbers. I got almost 8,000 watch time minutes. I got almost, better than 2,500 views, and this is all in the last 28 days. Now this thing here is a couple years old, right? I got a 13.1% click-through rate and 13,800 plus impressions. This all looks great. However, we look over here and a 27.9 makes me sad. Or does it? See, here's the point here. This one here is it's a very well performance. Got a lot of impressions, got a lot of click-through rate, got a lot of views, got a lot for me and my channel. You and your channel are going to be different. But for me, on my channel, it's got a lot of watch time minutes and a good number of unique viewers watching it. Okay, so that's all great information. But here's a couple of things that I need to understand. It's a problem-solving video, right? It's out of date as far as I'm concerned on that goes. But people are still watching it quite a bit, right? It's the top performing in the last 28 days, the top performing video in a lot of numbers, in a lot of respects, on my channel. It's just the way it is, right? But only 27.9% of the video is being viewed because here's the deal. When people start watching this kind of video, all they want to do is fix it, fix it, fix it. And all they want to do is fix the problem that they have. And this one here is trying to get the front-facing camera on their cell phone to work again. If they see it and they try it and it works, they're gone. They're out. Okay, they solve the problem, out. I want to solve the problem, I'm out. Or worse, it didn't solve the problem. If it didn't solve the problem, they're more likely than not to give me a thumbs down and then leave. All right, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. But they'll give me a thumbs down and they'll leave. And I understand that's why on this one's here, I get a higher percentage of thumbs down because I didn't solve their problem. They're kind of like blaming me and blaming the video that even though that video clearly demonstrates that I had the problem, I solved the problem, and the front-facing camera was working in that video. I demonstrated it throughout, right? And every time I did that, I demonstrate that. But because my video didn't solve their problem with their camera, they give me a thumbs down and out they go. These are also people who are not going to subscribe to my channel. Now, I did pick up a lot of subscribers from these series of videos, but in all honesty, come on, I got 1,700 people. How many people from this particular video do you think subscribe to my channel? Well, oddly enough, we can find out. Where is that at? Overview, subscribers. Right here, we can see how many people subscribe to our channel from our videos. I picked up 5. All right. So that's the thing is 1,710 people watched that video in the last 28 days. 5 subscribed. All right. But oddly enough, that was 11.9% of my subscribers in the last 28 days. Right. A video that hopefully solved their problem. Maybe it didn't. Probably it didn't because there were several videos that I made. There's another one right here, which also picked up a subscriber, right? While they were watching that video, they hit the subscribe button. Now, there is a kind of a thing I want to bring up at this point is people have mentioned that, hey, I'm getting subscribers and they unsubscribe. They subscribe and they unsubscribe. And the reason for that might very well be something that you may not have considered. I thought about this for long and hard. I thought about this a while back, and I'm like, why are people subscribing and then unsubscribing? Well, in all probability, they're subscribing to our channel so they can find our video, right? They find a video that might help them solve their camera problem, and they realize I got more than one video on that. I made a playlist about it, all right? So they may want to subscribe to my channel only for the purpose of being able to look at different solutions to fix their camera. Once they find that solution that works and they think they're done with it, they unsubscribe from my channel because they're trying not to clutter up their channel with all these subscriptions, right? I totally understand. And that's the thing about YouTube wanting us to understand and why they give us all these tools to measure our analytics with. So we can look at different things. But in this, I want to go back into this. I want to come back out and go back into it from scratch because I want to get rid of the subscriber point on this. So I look at the percentage viewed and just keep it clean just where I want it on this because you need to know, or we need to know, not you, but me, me as a channel, I need to know why things are happening the way they're happening, because from there, then I can take action and be proactive to try to make more videos that people appreciate, people like, people view. They view a lot of it, and they view a lot of the percentage of it, right? So we see you got some 50%, 60, 67, 54, 59. So in general, and like here's another one, 27, it's another camera one, right? So, and then here's one about a video game. It's 57%. And then just out of the picture here is this one, networking on YouTube legally, morally, and ethically, trying to help people get out of trouble, has a pretty good percentage of watch time, a watch percentage, right? So that's the kind of things I'm looking for. I want to try to make helpful videos that help people out, get the job done, and they can appreciate it, watch the whole video, learn from it, and make sure they stay out of trouble with YouTube, which we see what is happening right here with the clickbait video that I made just a few minutes ago, all right? I hope that makes a lot of sense to you, that you can look at these different things. It's great to look at the pictorial kind of charts, but they don't always show the whole picture. They don't always solve the whole problem for us. And we need to, as individual creators, we need to go through our videos and look at them to understand what's going on. Let me go back to another individual thing, because here I'm talking about, and this only shows 50 videos. It only shows your top 50 results, all right? And you can change which videos you're looking at by looking at how do you want to look at it. You can click on each of these things and filter them in different ways. And that will change which videos show up in this list, but they're only going to show you 50. All right, down here at the bottom, showing the top 50 results. Let's highlight that. All right, so that's all they're going to show us, but we can see a whole bunch at once. Let me go back to another video, and let me go back to this one, in fact, and we'll look at the statistics on that one real quick. And here's the deal. That one there will show us 50 videos, but we look at the retention down here. This is just one single video. And if I'm really interested in that number, I'm just going to spot check them here and there along the way. And I'll go back here to the videos page, right? And I just want to spot check a couple of the videos along the way. Now they say that there's some way that we can look at and we can compare, contrast different videos. I haven't seen that on mine. It might be a technique or a tool or something they're rolling out to audiences to creators over time. But I don't see that, me being able to compare different videos. Let me see if I click a couple of them here and see what I can do. Yeah, I'm not really seeing comparison here on this. I'm trying to find something to, no. But, so I don't see anything. Let me unselect those before I accidentally delete stuff. But, so I don't see the comparison tool that they're talking about yet. Which would be something cool to look at, so I can compare different videos that I kind of know how they're performing. But that's the deal. Understand how our videos are performing, why they're performing the way they do. And if we understand that, we're cooking with gas. We can keep on working to make the videos that we want to make to get the audience we want. And in that regard, that's why I want to readdress this clickbait video again, because by doing clickbait, what you're going to end up doing is you might get a whole bunch of people clicking your video, but they're not going to stay. They're not going to hang out. You're not going to get a good result here, right? So your impressions, I don't know why they'd be high if you're getting a lot of clickbait and everything else. If you're doing clickbait thumbnails and titles and stuff like that, it would seem like YouTube's going to get wind of that, and they're going to, the computers are going to identify it. And how they're going to identify it, by the way, you might get a great click-through rate. Maybe you get a 20% click-through rate or whatever for that video. Your average view duration on that individual video would be like a minute, 10 seconds, and out you go. It's not real hard for a computer to pick up on that and then to stop suggesting that video, recommending. YouTube's recommending a video, from your content. If you get a bunch of clickbait going on, it's real easy to identify in the fact that your click-through rate would be high, and your average view duration would be very low, and your thumbs down would be very high. I mean, that's a specific pattern that was absolutely clickbait, and you don't want to get caught in that action. Now, here's really why we want to work on that. Don't use clickbait in the title. Don't use clickbait in the thumbnail or the description or the tags, because what we're looking for, and it might get less people coming, because the idea is we want to get a whole lot of people coming in or watching our videos, falling in love with us, because it's a personal thing. They're going to be falling in love with us as a channel, and they're going to be subscribing to our channel because they just absolutely love everything about what we're doing, right? But what you don't want to do is you don't want to be bringing a bunch of people in and they're walking away mad. You don't want your customers to go away mad, and you don't want them to go away at all. And how to avoid that is by being honest in your title, being honest in your thumbnail, being honest in your description and your tags, to get, it might be a smaller audience, but it's going to be a much higher quality audience for your individual channel, so that as you grow, let's go back out here to this funny thing, this social blade. I got actually right here, and then we can look at my detailed statistics and slide on down here. Anybody can see this. It's public information here. But anyways, here's my natural curve. This is my organic growth right down here. This is me hardcore networking. Then I stopped, and this is my organic growth again. It's not very steep, but it's steeper than it was before. All right. So this is a quality audience coming in and hanging out and staying with me. And that's what I appreciate. That's what I look forward to. And that's the kind of thing that we should be looking for as we build our channels. And we do that by putting out quality information, be honest in our titles, thumbnails, descriptions, and tags. The people that come in, they know, they have an idea of what to expect when they get here. They watch our videos. They understand, hey, that is indeed, you know, nobody was trying to, what is it called, puffery. When the car salesman tells you, oh, it's the greatest car in the world, they can do stuff like that. It's perfectly legal, but it's puffery, and it's just salesmanship, right? But we're not trying to do salesmanship. We're trying to be honest. Don't you wish you can go into a car dealership and get the honest, you know, bottom line thing right up front and be done? That's not going to happen anytime soon. But for our videos, we can. We provide the information. People know what to expect. They get to our channel. They get to our video. They expect certain things. They get those certain things. They're satisfied. And if they like what they see, they should be subscribing to our channels and helping us build and grow. All right. So with that, that's going to wrap this up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you make a comment below and let me know. Leave your calling card for others to help find you. And with that, until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.